looking at the battles in different states on the congressional level. What's going on in different areas and why? Can Democrats keep and grow their majority in the House? What are their chances of flipping the Senate? The more seats flip, the more we get a suggestion of the electorate in the presidential race as well. So to go through them, the Wizard of Odds, Harry Enten, with his newest forecast. It's good to see you, brother. Let's start with the Senate. The Democrats need a net gain of 3 unless Trump is reelected, and then they need 4. What do you see?
Sure. So essentially, look, these are the polling averages. And essentially, as you said, the Democrats need a net gain of 3. And if you look at the Republican pickups, we're going to give the Republicans Alabama. So essentially, they're going to need at least 4 of the seats on the left side of your screen. And look at that. They are leading in 5, in fact, 5 Republican-held seats right now: Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Maine, and North Carolina. But it's a race within the margin of error because you can see Iowa and North Carolina specifically are close. They're 2- and 3-point races. The question is, why are Democrats in this position to pick up the majority? And I think you see it really well when you look at those 5 pickup opportunities and look at the presidential race in those states. And what you see in those states at this particular point is, look here. Look, in all the states where the Democrats are leading right now, their pickup opportunities, Joe Biden is also leading. And the differences across those seats tend to be rather small. So to me, it's a pretty clear sign that President Trump is dragging down Republican senators with him.
All right. So if we take a look, so we see that kind of echoes what we see in the main race. Fine. Now, House races. Republicans, 197 House seats. They need 218 to win control. How are the Republicans looking at moving that House?
Yeah, it ain't going to happen. I mean, if the Senate race is within the margin of error, and you may even argue that the presidential race is still within some version of the margin of error, on the House side, I'm just not seeing it, right? The 2018 outcome was Democrats had 235. That's obviously dropped with some vacancies. But take a look at the forecast for this year, and you can see Democrats are, in fact, favored to win 240 seats. So if anything, if we're looking at come November 3rd, I'm expecting that Democrats will, in fact, increase their majority in the House of Representatives.
You kind of slipped one past me there, but when you said that on the Senate side, it could be that Trump is pulling them down because you see an echo effect between his numbers in the states and theirs. Flesh that out a little bit better for us with this Trump connection, slide number 4.
Yeah, so look here. This is the House of Representatives. And I think, these are 3 districts that Trump won in 2016. They flipped from a GOP representative to Democratic in 2018, although NJO2, that race, the incumbent there has actually flipped. Jeff Van Drew has become a Republican now. But take a look here. Look at the poll, the 2020 House poll on the left side, and then you can see the 2020 Press polling. And what do you see? You see the Democratic candidate in all those races are leading, and Joe Biden is leading in those same polls. And here's the key nugget here. These are, remember, districts that Trump won in 2016. So what we see here again is Biden's flipping these districts in the polls, and in doing so, it seems that the Democratic House members are holding on to their leads.
Do you see any disconnect? Do you see any place that Republicans are doing well, but Trump isn't, or vice versa? Biden, not doing well, but the Democrats doing well?
Yeah, I think it's really important to point out that what we've seen historically in the last few election cycles is that there's an increasing correlation between the results on the top of the ballot and then the results, further down on the ballot, both in the House and Senate levels. What I will say is there are perhaps a few Republicans who might have household names, specifically in Pennsylvania 1. Fitzpatrick seems to be holding on. That's a district that Hillary Clinton did well in 2016, and Joe Biden's probably going to win by double digits. But to be honest, those examples are few and far between. If anything, there are more Democrats who seem to be holding on to their seats, despite Trump being popular in those districts, than Republicans holding on to their seats, even as Joe Biden is leading in those particular districts.